really pissed me off. You pay $50 a month on StreamYard. I get kicked out. It just stops and goes. It ain't worth the money. It's really not. So now I got to start over. Lord Hammer. And it's late. So, as you know, many celebrities have left America because of Trump. Rosie O'Donnell, Ellen DeGeneres, now Beyonce and Jay Z, they bought a new home in the UK. They all seem to be going to London, to someplace in Europe. Um, and a lot of Americans have left. And the number one reason, the rising cost of living, healthcare expenses, and political instability in the United States are the major reasons why Americans are moving out of the country. As financial pressures mount, many are seeking more affordable alternatives abroad, including myself. I'm leaving up north and I'm moving down south. It cuts my expenses in half. The escalating cost of housing, transportation, coupled with health care that ranks poorly compared to other nations. A growing number of Americans are exploring opportunities in countries that offer better living conditions, better food, accessible health care, and the people live the people leaving America rose 3.1%. And they're saying, people are saying there are limited economic opportunities here now, which is a fact. And as AI becomes more proficient, there is going to be less jobs. AI is to replace the working class people. And watch, we're going to go into a, damn, what you call that? Hey, Niglesh. We're going to a universal income. That's where we're going. But people are leaving America to seek a better life elsewhere. So let's get into it. Let me see where I left off. Let's start all over. Hey, footboy. Like, share, subscribe, hit the like button, y'all.
As a consequence of Donald Trump's complete and total victory in the 2024 U.S. presidential election, celebrities across the country are collectively losing their minds. Some of which have even said that they would be leaving the country in a mass exodus if Donald Trump were to become the winner of the election. Well, as you all know, he did win. So to start things off, here is medieval European forest witch Barbara Streisand.
How do you feel about the specter of a second Trump administration?
I will move. I can't live in this country if he became president.
Where would you go? Where would you go?
Probably to England.
Mm-hmm.
I like England.
My most sincere apologies to the great people of England. I would never wish this fate upon anyone. We also have a statement from Cher, who confirmed that she would be leaving the country if Trump were to win, saying that she almost got an ulcer the last time he won, which is very hard to believe considering her entire body is made out of plastic. Next, we hear a soundbite from Bryan Cranston in which he talks about his plans should Donald Trump...
Let me see. What'd you say? It's hell for me to view. What'd you say? Oh, yeah. That's because I was eating, asshole. And I did not wash my hands. I apologize. Bitch, you shouldn't be looking at me that motherfucking close. Anyway, ho. But yeah, I had some jerk chicken. Thank you very much. That I just nibbled on, bitch. You know what? You was a bitch. Let me block your ass. Let me block you, bitch. I wouldn't give a fuck who you are. Okay. Oh, damn. What was I doing? Are you looking at my damn nails?
Secure the victory.
Well, if come the election, Brian, if he does win, do you fancy an extended vacation to Vancouver?
Not you, foot boy. Okay, man. I blocked him.
Come and join
Absolutely.
me.
I would definitely move.
Frankly, this is the only one that even remotely disappoints me a little bit. That said, we also hear from musician Bono, who purportedly said that he would drive his car off of a cliff if Trump were to win. Now, I don't even think that Bono is an American citizen.
Right, he's
now, we also
not.
have some crazy celebrity meltdowns, starting with Cardi B, the rapper, the musician, who seems to be getting a little bit irritable, maybe even a little bit aggressive.
23 more. Pennsylvania has 19 electoral votes. Michigan has 50.
Sick of you, bitch. I'm sick of. Get away! Get away from me! Sick of you. I'm gonna burn your fucking hats, motherfucker. I'm sad. I'm really, really sad.
We also hear from Mark Hamill, who has spent the last 50 years of his adult life thinking that he is actually Luke Skywalker from Star Wars fighting an evil empire. Mark Hamill writes, "They say we get the leaders we deserve. Either that has just been disproven, or this is not the America we all thought we were living in." Yeah, it turns out people don't really want to be surrounded by illegal immigrants, have men in women's bathrooms, and have a terrible economy. Go figure. But that's going to be it for this one, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like.
And some Jay-Z and Beyonce just bought a house in England. They leaving the U.S. Good riddance. You can't make this shit up. Good riddance. Oh, well, let me see now. What did you say? Oh boy, I was not calling you that. And now my phone. You know what? I can't stand this. I just can't stand this. What you mean, do a heart like this? If you love us, do a heart like that? That's what you saying? Do a heart like that? Football, I'm not going to do you like that. You haven't done anything for me to do that to you. I'm not going to do that. You must like pain or something, footboy. Is that what it is? You like pain? I kind of figured. Well, I can whoop your ass now. So what y'all think? Is that okay? Oh my God, you guys are something else. That's all I got to say. Well, I lost all my information from StreamYard. I should have just went to bed. So I'm gonna do it a different way. I'm gonna have to. So what y'all think? Y'all ready to get the hell out the U.S.? Y'all ready to leave? I'm ready to go. I think the American dream is dead. What y'all think? I think it's dead. I think it's over. Now, what you say now? Footboy, I'm not calling you that. Because I don't think you are one. I just had to say it to the other guy because he was acting like one. I'm trying to find this other video. Just give me a minute. Oh, Lord have mercy. Where y'all from? Okay, here we go. I should probably do T Grizzly. Come on now, where did the video go to? Oh my, I should have went to bed. I should have went to bed. Y'all give me a minute. Oh, here we go. I found it. I found it. I found it. I found it.
And while U.S. policies continue to put pressure on African nations, many African Americans are making a different choice. Ditching the American dream, they are returning to Africa to reconnect with their roots, reclaim their heritage, and rediscover their identity. So, what is driving this shift, and what could it mean for Africa's future? Our next report has more details.
The American dream, glorified by pop culture and sown deep into the minds of people, has drawn many to the United States for decades. But that dream is getting a reality check and seems like it doesn't hold the same appeal anymore. For some, the real dream now lies deeper in their roots, in heritage, and in identity. Many African Americans are now looking beyond the U.S., packing their bags and heading home.
Get the hell out
Africa.
of here.
Why? To reconnect, to feel accepted, and to reclaim their heritage. 38-year-old American YouTuber Austin Holloman is one of them. He moved to Kenya 9 months ago. He says the U.S. felt broken to him. But on the other hand, Kenya feels warm, welcoming, and complete.
Can y'all hit the like button, please?
So I picked Kenya because I feel the safest here. People look similar to me, or you could say they look like me. It's not like going to Europe or going to some Latin American countries where there aren't that many black people. And I think God just wants me here. It feels like I'm at home, like I fit in here.
And it's not just about feelings. Politics is also pushing this change. Holloman says America's global image is not what it used to be. And with Donald Trump's return, he is worried what comes next.
He's creating global tension. So new countries are making it harder for Americans to even travel or to be a nomad in different countries. Like in Namibia, they deported Americans and they added new visa restrictions when before you could just fly right in. So Trump may not be the best solution for expats.
Holloman is not alone. Meet Kenneth Harris. He is an ex-military veteran born in Atlanta 2 years ago. He booked a one-way ticket to Kenya. Today, he is hosting guests in an Airbnb and enjoying his dream life in Nairobi.
I've always had that adventurous spirit, especially when I joined the military, got to go to different countries and so. So me taking the opportunities to venture out to other places, that's what allowed me to make a home away from home. And Kenya is my new home.
Harris and Holloman are just two voices. A growing number of African Americans are making the shift. They want to connect with their ancestors and are calling the move coming home. And while Kenya is a hotspot, it is not just the only one. Ghana started Year of Return in 2019. It became a catalyst for thousands of African descendants to embark on the return journey. Last year, it granted citizenship to 524 Black diaspora members, mostly African Americans. Benin has followed suit. Last year, it passed a law giving citizenship to descendants of enslaved Africans. The American artist and Grammy-winning performer Ciara has just become one of the first to be granted citizenship. The motive behind this is not just cultural. Economists say this reverse migration could boost Africa's economies and help the continent to hold on to its talent.
In some way, America is losing talent. It's losing resources. It's losing the narrative that America is the land of dreams, is a viable place for anyone. There are abundance of opportunities. There is social cohesion, there is stability. This reverse migration is denting that narrative. So America is of course likely to lose, including things like brain drain.
So while more and more African Americans choose to return, they are not just escaping, but are returning to peace and purpose. And as they make that journey home, their stories aren't ending. They are new beginnings.
Facts.
First post now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English. $36 trillion. French. Le FMI. German.
So people are getting the hell up out of here. I'm gonna be one of those. I sure am. Because I'm ready to go. Let me hide that. I'm ready to get up out of here. Babylon got to fall anyway. That's scripture. America got to fall. And I don't want to be here when it falls. Oh, let me see. Did I have anything else on this day? What y'all think? Do y'all want to get out of here? Do y'all want to leave America? America ain't what it used to be. Okay, I don't see that, so let me go to this. Let me get to this next one. Because I'm going to have to do it like this. Can y'all hit that like button for me while I get to this next one? Do y'all want to leave America? Or are y'all happy with the way things are? Because first, I'm going to leave Detroit, move down to Oklahoma. Yeah, Jill, I do have to agree with you on that. Yeah, I agree with you, Jill. But I'm moving down south because it's going to cost less. It's going to cost me half than living in Detroit. I went down there, even my cousin got 2 bedroom, 2 full baths. She paid $900 a month, no utilities. It's a gated community, senior, but full coverage car insurance is $80. Up here, car insurance is anywhere from $200 to $500. You know, it's just time for me to go. And I want to retire. And I want to have some money because if I don't want to work, I don't want to have to work because I can't afford shit. You know what I mean? No, it's not. It's high up here. It's high up here. It really is. No, all the northern states is much higher. Every place, even Texas, is half off than what it is up here. The car insurance from $200 to $400, and don't have an accident. I don't know. West Virginia, the country, ain't it? And I don't think it's true that I didn't think West Virginia because it seemed like the YNs that go to West Virginia, you know why they coming to Virginia, what they doing there. Y'all don't like us, do you? I don't think y'all like us. Y'all don't like us, Detroit people. You say Cairns ruined Detroit. Now you want to ruin Texas too? Veer, I'm not coming to Texas. I'm going to Oklahoma. I had a ball and I have family. I do have friends in Texas. And I like the Dallas Fort Worth area. I never been to Houston. Shoot, they got so much HIV down in Houston. I sure ain't trying to go down there to Houston. Did y'all see the outbreaks of all the HIV? Atlanta, Houston, DC. I mean, Chicago. I'm like, shoot. America full of STDs. I don't know if it's because of the immigrants that's here. I can't say that. I'm looking for this other video. But you better find you somebody. Oh, they got over that a long time ago. Too much out of state people here now to complain. Oh, okay, okay. So they got out there. Okay. Oh, Charleston is more of a city. You like the country parts too. But you know what? To be honest, to tell the truth, I don't want to be cold anymore. I want to get away from the snow. Do y'all get a lot of snow in West Virginia? Because it gets so cold up here in the wintertime. It's cooling off now. While I'm looking for this video. His son and dad out here. Yeah, we don't get snow like you do, but you. Okay. Okay. But does it get so it don't if you don't get a does it get like it don't get like below zero, does it? Because we get below zero and under 30 in the 20s and tweens, and I can't do that no more. I don't want to be I love Florida, but I don't want to live there, you know. As long if y'all get in the 40s, I can hang with the 40s. You know what? I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna find this another way. Now you know what? I love North Carolina. I do. I like North Carolina. Okay, this is what we about to do. Okay, here we go.
We don't have a freezer.
Really?
Whole bell peppers, onions, fresh chicken.
Fresh everything.
Are you going there this weekend? I got a good friend in Greensboro and one in Henderson,
that it was
South Carolina.
for somebody who is low income to just pack up and
Okay, here we go.
But I'm here to tell you, not only is it very possible, and I know that because we did it, but that if you are living on a low income in the United States, if you are broke and you are struggling, maybe you should leave.
Facts.
For most of my adult life, my family has been living below the official federal poverty line in the United States. We were still able to leave, and now we live a whole lot better on a lot less money. You may think that I'm lying because nobody has ever shown you that it's possible before. But I'm not here to sell you a dream. I am here to share facts. If you think leaving the United States is impossible when you're broke, then this might be the video you want to stick around for. So let's just go ahead and bust the myth that poor people can't leave. Leaving the US feels impossible because most people have never seen it done. But I am here to share our story and show you that it can be done and lay out exactly how we made it happen. My family is not privileged. We're not sponsored. We just made a plan and sacrificed a lot in order to make this happen. Let's go through some of the comments that I received. Some of them were sincere and some of them were a little bit more entertaining, a little bit more combative. After we read through some of these comments, I will answer all of the questions and explain to you exactly how we did it. Wait, you're poor and you traveled? Not enough money to live in America, but enough money to travel to Southeast Asia. Does this make sense to anyone? Crazy. How did you come up with a way to do all this traveling? Traveling is very expensive, so that's probably the first idea we need to hear. I have a good feeling most are ready to go, we just don't know how to get out. Until we researched and honestly even did it, we didn't feel like it was possible either, so I totally get how overwhelming and impossible it seems, especially when travel is presented to you as being really expensive. And if you do it a certain way, it is, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't add up. You were below poverty level in America, so you went traveling. As a family with kids, what? I was above poverty level in Russia, but I could never afford to travel with my wife and 3 little kids, even inside Russia.
I'm telling you, Adam, that's right.
You need to revise something in your narrative. Don't worry, I'm going to answer all of that. There's something that you're not thinking about when you are...
Okay, we're going to skip past that. Get to what you did.
you've done, that means you're lying someplace. This person has already decided that it's not possible, and instead of being curious and learning how
Okay, she
we were
still
able
ain't
to
got
make
to it.
happen.
Let me get to it. How did you do it?
And just the mindset that you're unable to do anything else. The system that we're living in, the capitalist U.S. system, benefits when you think you are too broke
like,
to
share,
escape.
subscribe, y'all.
We are all about productivity
Okay,
in the U.S.
therapy.
and you.
I'm live on my phone. StreamYard is terrible.
Based on how productive you can be. The amount of work that you are needing to do just to meet your most very basic expenses is continuing to increase.
Facts.
People have 2-3 jobs. Households just 40.
Facts. I got 2 jobs, still struggling. Facts. I'm so ready to get the hell out of here. Yes, that's a fact. Well, I'm gonna try, but I'm going down south first, and then I'm gonna make my way. My place designation is Belize. I can drive through Mexico and get to Belize. And Belize is English speaking, it's beautiful, and it's hot.
Ago, they were single income households, and you could have a house, have a car, and take care of your whole family on just one income. And today, it's a 2-income household.
Thank you, Jill. I wish you the best too, because, you know, and I'm tired of working like a dog and struggling. I really am.
You have to work really hard, and money just doesn't go as far as it used to. So a lot of people feel stuck and struggling, and you are told to work harder and harder and harder, hustle, 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 right? So we were never rich. We were just curious. We did a lot of research, and we made a plan to get out. We knew that we wanted to disconnect from the way society was working. I want you to know, I have been on YouTube for many years, and I have shared our journey over the last many, many years. We have gone through a process of change.
They are here because they believe that there is an American dream. And I'm here to say the American dream, as far as I'm concerned, and I could be wrong, y'all put it in the comments. I think the American dream is dead, personally. I think it's dead. I think it's overrated. That's what I think. And if I do go somewhere and I have problems, I can always come back. Because you got a lot of countries that's giving dual citizenship. So you can come back. And guess what? Now that Trump done kicked their ass off of welfare, and I'm talking about the illegals, off of welfare, off of Social Security and health care, they struggling now too. 1.5 million illegals have self-deported. I can come back. What do you mean I can't come back? Yes, you can.
Really over the last 3 or so years of just trying to get out of the rat race, and we weren't ever 100% sure that we were going to move abroad and completely leave the U.S. That wasn't our ultimate goal, but that is just the way that it worked out. And because we were able to disconnect while in the United States.
Who cares about being on the radar and what? And what?
It was just steps to being able to leave. During this entire process, we've never made a lot of money. We've always been labeled below the federal poverty line most
yes,
years,
you can.
and never much above it if we were. And most people.
And I'm still going to have a residence here.
The comments like instantly are like, "This is impossible. There's no way."
She need to get to the point. We halfway through the video. She ain't said nothing.
The U.S. healthcare system is a for-profit industry, and they have monopolized the system.
Oh, she still ain't said nothing.
When we knew we were leaving, we got a travel rewards credit card, and we put all of our necessary expenses on that credit card.
On a travel rewards credit card.
Bonus points, and then after you spend an X amount of money on, in like 3 months when we signed up, we got extra bonus points. So we were able to apply all of those credit card reward points to a flight out of the country and got the price down to $700 for the three of us. As we're traveling around, we continue to put all of our hotel
Now,
bookings.
Jill, thank you so much. Thank you, Jill. Thank you. Now you see where I'm coming from. I hope y'all like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that like. Thank you so much, Jill. Thank you.
All of our flights, all of our, food, anything that we spend, we try and put that on our credit card, and we are continuing to build more points that can be applied for future flights as we're traveling. It's really just a system. It's just playing the game.
Okay, so she used rewards. Okay, what else did you do? Because you boring.
Customer support. And you don't have to get some.
You know what? I don't like her video. Let me see. What is this one?
Know they made it to school safely. With Place Alerts by Life 360.
Let me see what they did.
There was a time when retirement actually meant something. You worked hard, paid your taxes, raised your kids, and looked forward to that one moment when you can finally breathe. When
Right.
your time belonged to you. When you can stop surviving and start enjoying life.
That's what I just want to enjoy my last days. That's it.
For most Americans anymore. In 2025, retirement means anxiety.
So
it means
do.
budgeting your pills, choosing between heating and groceries,
Facts.
watching your 401k lose 20% in a single quarter. Retirement now means survival. And more Americans are realizing they can't afford to do that. In their own
Okay,
country,
Jill, thank
so they're
you.
leaving. In record numbers, middle-class Americans are packing up and heading overseas. And it's not for adventure. It's not about chasing new experiences. It's about escaping. Running from a system that's
Hey,
breaking down
Wynn,
in
how
real
are
time.
you?
But here's the part no one wants to talk about. The rest of the world is starting to notice, and they are not thrilled. In this episode, we're going to break down exactly what's driving this American exodus, how Trump's second term just torched the retirement savings of an entire generation, and how the countries Americans are fleeing to are now pushing back with new rules, new resentment, and a
That's
message
where you
that's
want to
loud
go,
and
Hawaii?
getting louder every day. You're not welcome here anymore.
You know what? I thought about Hawaii. Hawaii's it's beautiful, but Hawaii, when telling Hawaii how expensive it is, they got a homeless problem. I was shocked.
And yes, you can still make the move, but only if you understand the new landscape and act strategically. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button right now. We don't sugarcoat things. We give you the truth about what actually takes to move abroad, retire with some dignity, and have a life that still makes sense, even when your own country doesn't. We post videos every week with honest advice.
Okay, get to the point. Why y'all say so much?
Mortgage, credit card, or a car loan. Now, let's talk about where you're living. As of this year, the average rents in cities like Tampa, Boise, and Phoenix.
That's what I heard. It's a lot of homeless.
Before groceries, before anything else. And healthcare, if you're on Medicare, still dealing with deductibles, copays, uncovered prescriptions, and in many states, monthly supplemental premiums that now exceed $500 a month. Meanwhile, in a recent survey from Kaiser Family Foundation shows that medical debt is now the leading cause of personal bankruptcy in the United States. More than credit cards, more than housing, more than student loans.
They hate it.
When you ask why,
well, why they still there?
It's not a mystery. It's a mass escape from a system that no longer protects them. Trump's second term just torched your future. Now, let's talk about what made everything so much worse so quickly.
They also control the weather, should I say they can manipulate. You know what? I'm gonna do a video on HARP and DARPA. You're right, they do manipulate the weather. Oh, so it's risky to live in another country when they can dictate yourself. That is true. That is something to think about. It is, because DARP and HARP are real, and they do manipulate this weather. They do. You must like to work. Well, I'm working 2 jobs now. Been working 2 jobs for 3 years now.
be having devastating consequences, especially for retirees. Let's hope by the time you watch this video that it has all been straightened out, that the grand plan has come to fruition. In his first 100 days, President Trump imposed sweeping tariffs on imports.
They waiting on when the kids turn 18. What they got to do with leaving the United States? We not talking about that.
45%, but even the minimum 10% is huge. After a lifetime of buying overseas and shipping to the USA, which means paying tariffs, Leslie is having a heart attack. The global response? Immediate. International markets plunged. American companies with overseas supply chains saw costs skyrocket.
Okay, now he's talking about tariffs. I want to know, because that seems to be working.
After all, you're bringing money, right? But that assumption is starting to backfire badly. Let's start with Portugal. Americans are now the largest group of foreign buyers in Lisbon. In the past 5 years,
So a lot of people going to Portugal.
has gone up more than 65%. Locals have been priced out of their own homes. Entire communities have been converted into expat
Right, what are you
enclaves
talking
and
about
short-term rentals.
therapy?
The result? Protests
We
in
know
the
Hawaii
streets,
is part of the
slogans beating on
U.S.
the wall.
We know
Lisbon
that.
is not your retirement plan. Over in Spain, it's no better. In Valencia and Barcelona, long-term residents are being pushed out to the outskirts, while Americans with cash and often no language skills move in, drive up prices, and isolate themselves in digital nomad bubbles. In Mexico, particularly in cities like Oaxaca, Tulum, San Miguel de Allende, American retirees are often referred to in local media as economic colonizers, people who show up with stronger currencies, outbid the locals for rentals, and then complain about the infrastructure or culture. A survey conducted by
Well, one place I won't go is Mexico, because they protesting. They want Americans out. And then they had the nerve to say they want you to speak Spanish. Well, that's how we feel when you cross the border and come here. We would like you to speak English. So Mexico is definitely out the question, because they don't want us there, because we're driving up the prices and we're gentrifying their land. The same what they doing when they cross that border that they doing here, we're doing in Mexico. Oh, I love Puerto Rico. If it wasn't for hurricanes, Puerto Rico would be a place I live. I went there and I love the people. It is beautiful. It is one of the most beautiful places I have ever been. But that hurricane and their electric grid goes in and out. It's not stable. So Puerto Rico is out the question for me, but I love Puerto Rico. Well, Maui, now you know what? Yasu, you absolutely right. Because Maui, when they did those fires, and I didn't know you couldn't show pictures of fires on YouTube, but when they did those fires, Maui is supposed to be the first smart city. And that is in their sustainability plan. If you look it up on the island of Maui, that's the first smart city. And that's why. And the people who had the blue tarps on their roofs, the celebrities with the money, their houses weren't touched. Did they ever say what happened to the 2,000 kids that came up missing? Did they ever find them? Absolutely. So you know what? That's another good topic to talk about, Maui. That's a good idea. Y'all like, share, subscribe. Please hit that like button. Let's see what else he talked about.
in January of 2025 showed that 62% of American respondents believe American expats are doing more harm than good in their communities. And in Thailand, Colombia, and parts of Eastern Europe, the pattern repeats itself. American retirees are blamed for everything from gentrification to disrespectful behavior.
I just said gentrification, didn't I? They tearing us up in Mexico.
You might be spending money, but in the eyes of many locals, you're not spending it with them. You're spending it around them, in foreign-owned properties, in expat-run businesses, on imported goods. And the benefits aren't trickling down to them. You're not just another visitor. You're a symbol of how inequality, crosses borders. And in 2025, that's a very different kind of traveler. You can still move, but you can't wing it anymore. Here's the good news. You can still make this work. You can still move abroad, retire affordably, and live well. But the old way, the casual, unprepared, show up and figure it out way, is dead. If you want to live abroad without resentment, without backlash, and without putting yourself in legal or financial danger, you need to have a plan, a real plan. That means researching which visas you can actually qualify for, not just listening to Facebook groups. It means proving income, securing long-term housing, showing them up with the right documentation and the right attitude. It means trying to learn the language, respecting the culture, spending your money locally, becoming a guest, not a ghost, not hiding out in gated communities and pretending the country you move to is just another cheaper America. The retirees who do this well are embraced. They're invited in. They build connections. They create value. And most importantly, they understand that retirement abroad is not a right, it's a privilege. If you're serious about making this move and you want to do it right, we can help. Go to www.it'llbefunretirement.com and schedule your free one.
Now that was some good information. And that's what they were saying for the people, Americans, the Black Americans that moved to Ghana, that they, built their homes and stuff, but they were not associating with the locals. They kind of like built a gated community for Black Americans, and they left the locals out, which caused resentment. And Ghana even went in and the land that they bought, took it back. So that's something to think about. Have a plan. So shoot. I don't know, y'all, but I'm just not happy with America right now. I really am not. Let's see what this one talking about. And I think I'm about to, oh yes, about 47 minutes.
Who say they want to leave the United States has been steadily increasing over the past 50
This is going to be
years.
my last
But I
one.
don't think anyone was ready for what happened the week after the 2024 election. And I'm not talking about who won the election. I'm talking about the record-breaking numbers of Americans who were searching online for how to leave the country. Now, this happens every election cycle, but this year was different simply due to the sheer volume and quantity of people searching for different things. This isn't just some fad or trend. This is a sign of underlying societal
Okay, let's see.
scenario is that a lot of people were searching for this German opportunity card, which is a way to live in Germany for up to a year while you're searching for a job. But if you work online or work for yourself...
What you say now, Marie, don't get me wrong, but English people live in Mexico. Once the Mexican speaks English, not Spanish, it's way Mexican now. Right, and I agree with that. If you go to another country, you should learn the language. I agree. And I also agree when you cross the border into the United States, a lot of them illegals, I'm talking about the illegals, have came here and they're not trying to learn the language. They have separated themselves. And I think that's wrong. I get why the Mexicans are protesting over there and wanted, because they created their own gated communities. They have raised the real estate prices. They gentrified their land, and now they have made it unaffordable for the Mexicans who live in Mexico to survive. I totally agree with what you're saying, Maria. I do.
You could also apply for the German freelancer visa. It's not technically a digital nomad visa, but that one is available and you don't have to earn too much money to be able to get it. And another reason that people want to move to Germany is because of the developed transport networks. It's a great base if you want to live in Europe and be able to travel to other European...
Well, I'm sorry. I'm not interested in moving to Europe at all. It's cold. The number one reason to leave from up here is to get away from the cold. I don't want to be cold anymore, so I'm not interested in Europe at all.
countries. The language barrier, it depends on where you're living. There's definitely a lot of people who speak English in the bigger cities such as Berlin, Munich, and Frankfurt, but it could be a bit different if you're living in a smaller town or village. But you have a lot of really interesting places to choose from. Hamburg is a beautiful city, Cologne is a nice city, and it's also a strong economy where you could either work remotely or you could work there in person and earn a pretty good wage. In third place was the Netherlands with a more than 3,000% increase in interest to move here. I had a lot of people ask me about moving to the Netherlands this week, and although it's known for having cloudy, cold, and rainy weather, what a lot of people were expressing to me is that they don't mind. They just want to live somewhere that is stable and safe and has really progressive social policies, and the Netherlands is definitely a place that fits that. It's also a country with a very international community depending on where you're living, especially places like Rotterdam, Amsterdam, and The Hague, Utrecht, really a lot of different cities throughout the Netherlands that have multinational companies that bring in workers from around the world and also provide job opportunities to local people. The Netherlands is one of those countries where everything works most of the time, although I did get stranded on the train a couple weeks ago and had to be evacuated at 1 a.m. But usually everything works just fine. And if you're an avid cyclist, you can also ride your bike around. You can bring
Well,
your
I'm not
kids. There's lots of
interested in the
custom bikes,
Netherlands.
so it's
Let
fun
me
to
see what else you talking about. Japan.
Japan has such a unique and beautiful culture, and there's such diversity in the.
There's a black guy that I follow. I can't think of his channel, but he speaks fluent Japanese, and he's been in Japan for the last 10 years and loves it. You think it's that you a coward, Henry, if you leave America, if you're unhappy with it? Does that make you a coward, or does that make you an adventurer to go and see another part of the world? I don't think that makes you a coward.
Whether you're up on the northern island of Hokkaido or in the city of Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, all of the tiny towns and villages throughout Japan where they really need to grow their population. And I'm sure they would be happy to receive foreigners, digital nomads who can stay there and boost the economy a bit. And then down in the south through Okinawa and Hiroshima, you have a warmer climate down in the islands as well, so you can get that tropical climate. And they do have some new options to live there, which has been quite a difference from the past because Japan is known for being a country that can be kind of closed societally, and it can be harder to immigrate there than other places. But in the last year, Japan launched a digital nomad visa that gives you 6 months to stay there. That's twice as long as you would get to stay there on a US passport. And a lot of people go there to be able to teach English. So if you have teaching skills or you're interested in helping others learn English, there are a lot of...
Okay, I could teach English. I did want to visit Japan. I don't know if I would want to live there, but I definitely wanted to visit.
different programs there.
Let me see.
With nearly a 500% increase in interest. This is another country that I had in my video on places to live after the election, mostly because it's such a safe and peaceful country with a strong social welfare system. If you don't mind about having some cold, dark weather in the winter and you're looking for a safe place with social equality, then Norway is a really good option. And the flip side of winter is that in the summer, you get very long hours of sunshine, especially up in the north in the islands of Lofoten. Of course, throughout Norway, you have a lot of nature, so this is
not for me. I don't want to be cold anymore. Canada.
U.S. citizens, because of course.
Now, I'm in Detroit, so Canada is right across the bridge. Windsor, Ontario is all I have to do is go right across the bridge. And Canada does offer dual citizenship. And Windsor is actually very nice. Very nice people, English speaking. But guess what? For me, it's cold. No, I just don't want to be cold. If you want to be
It is
cold,
our neighbor to the north, and undoubtedly, many people will move to Canada in the coming years. One of the downsides to living there,
show
however, is
do y'all. You ain't lied about that. Show
what
do.
is the least cold place I can move to in Canada? And that would be probably Vancouver, British Columbia area. One thing about Canada is that the government is imposing immigration quotas in the next year. So it might be a bit harder to go there than it was before. And this includes US citizens as well. But the good news is that.
What is Midwest Canada? What cities are in Midwest Canada? Well, yeah, they got plenty of water. That's true. But what cities are around Midwest Canada, and what's the difference, Brandon? So Canada is out for me. What else she got on here? Oh, Winnipeg or Regina. Okay. Now, I never heard of Regina, but I did hear Winnipeg. Okay. Okay, thank you.
Ties, a lot of economic ties, a lot of familial ties in some cases. Of course, it's English-speaking country and a place that many U.S. citizens maybe have been there for vacation, feel comfortable there, and it's just a natural fit for U.S. citizens looking to move. On the downside, the U.K. can have a bit of a higher cost of living, especially in London, one of the more expensive cities in Europe. The UK has a stronger currency with the British pound. And so in general, this is not a place that you're going to be able to save money if you're moving from the US. If anything, you'll probably break even or even spend a bit more. Also, the UK doesn't have the easiest immigration options. However, if you are still studying or you're thinking of going back to school, getting a study permit could be a really interesting option that could then lead to a work
You
permit.
say Alberta is so cold.
There are a lot of beautiful
Alberta
places to
is
live
so
in the
cold.
UK, especially if you're looking for alternatives to living in London.
Well, I'm not interested in that. Oh, Costa Rica.
120,000. So it's a place that shares a lot of cultural similarities with the United States. The U.S. culture is very integrated there. You can find a lot of the chain stores that you're familiar with.
Yasuki, you telling the truth. I have agreed with most everything you have said. You right. You are at the mercy of like. You right, cause honey, I got to have that heat. Yes, absolutely.
Applebee's and Chili's to PF
Costa
Chang's
Rica.
and Walmart and Sam's Club. It's also very close to the United States, so you can fly back to your home state in just a few hours. And another country I was surprised not to see on this list, but just missed out, is Mexico, south of the border, in 11th place. But a benefit of going to a place like
all right, Maria, thanks for coming through. I hope you subscribe to this channel. Y'all like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for your comments.
Unlike Canada, you can leave the country and renew that. There are also a lot of flexible residency options, whether you're thinking of going to Costa Rica or Mexico. In Costa Rica, you have a retiree visa, you have an investor visa, you have a rentista visa if you can support yourself financially. There's also the digital nomad visa. And then in Mexico, there's a pretty straightforward path to temporary residency, which can then turn into permanent residency after that. So let me know if you've been searching.
Okay, I passed up the #1 country on purpose. Let me go back to that. What's the #1 country where people are going?
The Irish diaspora is
Ireland. Oh, wait a minute. We already talked about that. Let me go to the #1.
Developed transport network.
Let me get all the way to.
And 30.
Oh, wow.
This could be.
This country is beautiful.
More. In second place was Germany with a.
Okay, let me get out of that.
#1 country that Americans are.
What happened? What happened? Did I move it? Now, how did I do that? Is New Zealand is the #1 country where Americans are moving to? But I want to know what I hit. Did I mute it? What did I hit? Now, in the comments, they said, I live in New Zealand. Be aware, we don't want you if you expect things to be the same.
Ancestry, myself included.
Okay, here we go.
Safe, stable, well-developed, 1,600% increase in
Okay, here we
searches
go.
for how to move to New Zealand. Now, it's no surprise that this country is at the top of the list. New Zealand is an English-speaking country. It has a lot of freedoms, the same that U.S. citizens are used to, and it's also beautiful and not densely populated. You've got very expansive scenic landscapes and nature, surrounded by water, lots of different water sports, beautiful views of the ocean, and it's a place where the citizens and residents who live there are generally happy. One of the things I've noticed this week with hundreds of people contacting me through my website is that people are just looking for a place where they can be safe and happy and just enjoy their lives without
Go live in Mongolia. I don't want to go to Mongolia. I never wanted to go to Mongolia. That's where you from? Power Camp, that's where you from? I don't know about Mongolia. I don't know anything about it.
drama. New Zealand is certainly a safe place to go. It consistently ranks at the top of the Global Peace Index for the safest.
So is it beautiful? I'm going to have to look into it. And is it English speaking? I know it's in Asia. Now that much I know. So there you have it. The number one place Americans are going to is New Zealand. New Zealand is beautiful for the pictures that I've seen from it. Rizzo, why you say that? What's wrong with that? Yes, I know, but Coke is high sugar. Yes, it is. You're right. I should drink fresh lemon. You're right. I should. You should. At your age, what are you talking about? All right, y'all. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the like button. Thank y'all for coming through. I appreciate y'all. Please subscribe. Excuse me. And thank y'all so much for coming through. Have a good night.